Eduardo Nájera.
Wow.
He received appropriately a flagrant 2 in Game 4 and was ejected for that takedown by the throat of Manu Ginobili. And now Nájera gets a flagrant 1.
Don't know if I had a good angle on it. Did he get a flagrant trying to draw a charge there? Is that what I saw?
Now Parker on the free throw line here. Watch Nájera's hand here. And there's the shot. Both of them, both hands actually ended up getting him in the face, Bob.
That's the right call. There's no question about that. Anytime you put your hands straight up and then you come down over the top and make contact above the shoulders, you're going to get a flagrant foul. They do not review flagrant 1s. They will review flagrant 2s. So flagrant 1 is defined by unnecessary contact. A flagrant 2 is defined by unnecessary and excessive contact.
Parker drives the lane, got fouled again. Now, one thing we should cover on the free throw situation that just occurred, by the way, too, Bob, and that is that they counted the basket, and then there was a flagrant 1 assessed on Nájera. Parker got 2 free throws, but what he got actually, Bob, was 2 free throws to make 1. Had he made the first free throw, it would have been a 3-point play, and then the Spurs would have taken the ball out of bounds on the side. So that was we're going back to the old days of the 70s. Remember when there were 3 free throws to make 2?
I do remember that.
That was, I knew you would, of course. That was 2 to make 1, and that situation on the line for Parker. Now he goes to the basket. That's just your garden variety shooting foul, and he'll have 2 free throw attempts here as the Mavs are over the limit foul-wise now this quarter.
And guys, let me tell you what I don't like about the way this half is ending. I don't want the refs to try and take control of it because we have had a good flow here, and I don't want them to perceive this as getting chippy and feel like they have to come in and take control of a game that's really flowing good right now.
All of a sudden, you've got a 9-point game.
After Dallas led by 17 earlier in the quarter. Parker is a big part of San Antonio's little push here, 11-4. He's got 15 points for the night. Mismatch, Dirk out front against George Hill. Spin move, gave the ball up. Roger Mason the steal. Jason Terry picks up Parker. Jump shot, and he hits. So San Antonio is definitely making a run here. Closing the first half with a big push. They've rallied to within 7.
And that is always dangerous from a carryover standpoint into the third period.
10-second differential, driving, Dirt, blocked by Duncan, out to Terry, 3-pointer off the side of the backboard. No foul to give, Spurs can hold for the last shot. Parker will peel back and set up quickly. 5 seconds. Jefferson over Dirt, way off the mark because Dirt got a piece of it. Butler, no good.
Well, do you see a hot Manu in the second half?
I do, as long as they keep the game close. They have to have more quality possessions, move the ball side to side, and make that defense work to try and slow down the Mavericks' pace.
So we'll check it out right now. On the call is Mark Followell and Bob Ortigal, and an early San Antonio turnover. Dallas on the break. Let's get you to the American Airlines Center.
In the lane, Caron Butler. A chance to go over the 20-point plateau as Butler heads to the free throw line 22 seconds into the third quarter with a foul on Antonio McDyess. And I did appreciate the fact that Skin referenced to Sean Stevenson's beard clippings because he did shave today and the beard is gone. I think there's a very closely cropped goatee and a little bit of a stash there. But after he told us back in Minnesota in early March, Bob, it had been over a year since he shaved. It's gone.
Well, it's a different look, I can tell you that.
He said he wanted to shake things up and get people going a little bit. So he tried to make the change.
If you tried to grow a beard like the one that Sean Stevenson had, it'd take you 10 years.
I don't think even that would be enough.
You don't think so?
Their free throws for Butler have put Dallas in front by 9. Duncan with a bank shot, no good.
Yeah, but see, the Mavericks made him move. They didn't allow him to have his feet set. They made him take a one-bounce dribble to his left, and that changes that shot a little bit.
You know, though, throughout the course of this series, as Kidd lays it in, for 13 years, a bread and butter move for Tim Duncan has been the face-up bank shot, that is. He's been one of the best in the history of the game at it, but that has not looked quite as sharp for him in this series, Bob.
Well, you know, that's one of the things the Mavericks would like to take away from him because he does do it so well, but you better continue to work at taking it away. I would never underestimate his ability to do it.
At the foul line, Dirk can pump fake on George Hill and the shooter's bounce. Mavs have started this half with 6 straight points. The lead quickly has gone right back to 13 points after San Antonio trimmed it from 17 to 7 late in the second quarter. Steal by Butler. Back to Butler on the break. And Butler scores again.
Timeout, San Antonio.
Caron Butler has played like a house of fire tonight. In the 2 games at San Antonio, Butler scored a combined 19 points. He's got 23 for the American Airlines Center crowd tonight.
Thoughts on playoff matchups?
Part of this 8-0 run. Mavs man putting on a show here. Crowd responding quite favorably. Parker's in the game for San Antonio. He quickly goes in here in the third quarter. 8-0 Dallas to start the third quarter. Duncan again missed a bank shot.
Well, Parker was the reason they had that big comeback in the first half when the Mavericks were up 17. And Greg Popovich not waiting long to get him back in there. It's his energy, his aggressiveness, and the way in which he makes things happen offensively.
Spin move, Dirk. The dish to Marion. Back to Dirk and over Parker on the money.
Mavericks moving the ball around pretty well. That's pretty right there.
10-0 to start the third quarter. They've equaled their largest lead of the game once again. Jefferson from the top of the key, and that's the first points for San Antonio, taking 2 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third quarter before they score. Caron Butler, quick shot at the other end. A rebound for Parker. Bonner's gone to the scorer's table for San Antonio to check in at the next opportunity. Beating the post, Duncan. Out of bounds with 9 on the shot clock. Second block of the night for Dirk. And it's McDyess out, and Bonner goes in.
I think Popovich is looking for a little offense, especially if they're going to drop off someone. You don't want to be, you want to get Bonner back in there. You drop off of him, and he'll hurt you on catch-and-shoot jump shots.
5 blocks tonight for Dallas and 10 steals, and there's a foul on the Mavs. Monty Ginobili headed to the line because of the foul on Sean Marion. Second foul on Sean Marion and the first Maverick team foul.
Ginobili has changed that bandage on his nose at halftime. He had that flesh-colored bandage on. He's gone back to the white. That's the way it looked in San Antonio in Game 4.
No doubt a shout-out to the great movie Bottle Rocket. Their main characters had Band-Aids on their nose. I was a big fan of Wes Anderson.
Yes, you are. I have heard that. I've heard you and Ben talk about that.
I don't know how you sleep between your love for basketball, your family, and you have to be watching movies all the time.
Who needs sleep when you're a young man like myself, Coach? I can catch up on that later.
Excuse me, I'll be back. I need a break here.
1 for 2 for Ginobili. Quick move by Dirk. Finds Butler with an open look. And another one.
See, that's an entirely different shot than the one he took the last time down the floor. The defense went all to the right side of the floor. It was a misdirection shot.
Foul here. Parker went down. Duncan trying to get the follow is fouled. He had Butler drilling a 3 to put the Mavs up 66-49. Now Dallas' second team foul of the third quarter. That's the first foul tonight on Caron Butler. Ginobili will take it out. He did say after Game 4, coming into Game 5, that he can at least breathe out of both nostrils now after sustaining a broken nose in the second half of Game 3.